This was my first time ever trying digital art a few months ago, and this was my second time trying. So in this video, I thought we'd see how much I can improve at digital art in 1 week, so let's get straight into it. To start things off, I thought it was only right to try and draw Spider-Man. The sketch was looking okay, I found it kind of tricky. Those drawings I showed at the start are pretty good, but I made those months ago and I've kind of forgot how to do digital art. I found doing the line work really hard on digital for some reason, I'm not sure why, but hopefully as I practice more it'll get easier. There we have the first drawing. It's okay, but I think I can definitely do better. Before trying to make another drawing, I decided to just mess around with the brushes a bit, experiment with things and see what I could figure out. Next up, I'm going to be trying to draw Daredevil. A guy's been commenting a while asking for me to draw Daredevil with the wraps on his arms, so that's kind of what I'm going for in this one. I felt like I was getting a bit more used to sketching, but still struggling with it on this one. Attempt number 1 at colouring was kind of a total disaster. I really didn't like it, it didn't turn out great. I just don't know where I went wrong, but I was really hating it. I decided to delete the layer that had the painting on it and start over. So I started by trying to refine my sketch, and I actually used a coloured pencil for this one because I don't really know why. I just thought it might look better. I was just experimenting, trying something new. After I'd done the pencil, I created a new layer and had another go at colouring in. As you can see here, I was messing about with the opacity of the brush, trying something new before I ended up going in with a dark red anyway. Not a dark red, but like a not see-through one, if you know what I mean. Like I turned the opacity back up to 100%. At this stage of the drawing, I thought it was actually looking okay and there might be some potential, but the more I tried to colour it, it just kept going wrong and I just wasn't happy with it. I tried adding some red for like blood on the fists and there was that kind of bluish green highlight, and now I'm starting to try ink it on a new layer above the coloured layer. I found this really hard. I don't know why I find inking so hard on the iPad rather than like traditional media. So there we have drawing number 2. Honestly, it sucks, but I do think there's potential there. We're going to call it an end for day 1 there, and I'll see you guys for day 2. So to start day 2, I scrolled some YouTube and I watched some videos giving tips for digital art, tried to absorb some knowledge from it. I wanted to try draw Spider-Man again, so I found a cool reference on Pinterest and I just started sketching it out, but I really took my time with the sketching process. I also made this one kind of small on this page because I wanted to draw a few characters on this page to get some good practice in. So for the colouring, I kind of tried to emulate a technique I saw Sam Does Art doing, where I like filled in the whole drawing with the red first, or you know, whatever colour it might be, and then I started like colouring on top. And I don't know, this one was just looking better. I think I was more getting the hang of the brushes and stuff, and at this stage I thought it was looking pretty good. It definitely has potential. When I started inking this one, I also felt a bit more sure of myself. I don't know if it was just from practicing with the other ones, but I think the lines looked a bit clearer, still kind of messy, but it definitely felt a bit easier than the other ones I was doing. There we have the first drawing of day number 2, we're off to a great start. Next up, I want to try and draw one of my favourite characters to draw, which is Invincible. I decided to try and draw the goggles variant of him from the Invincible War. I was having a bit of a hard time sketching it out, but I just kept going, and a good trick I found was erasing with an eraser that wasn't on 100% opacity so that I could still see some of the drawing underneath when I was trying to refine the sketch. So for colouring it in, I was just trying to block out the general colours here, and I figured I'd refine it later, but I was just trying to get the general areas filled in, and I wanted this one to be really vibrant. I thought this one was looking okay. Maybe I used too saturated of colours, but I was still kind of liking it at this point. But then when I started inking it, I think I just had my brush set way too thick and I really didn't like how it turned out. I think the outline is just too thick, it just doesn't look great. Since I drew Invincible, I figured I should draw Conquest, so I started sketching him out to be the last one on this page. Sketching was starting to feel more natural at this point and I was really starting to enjoy it a lot. For this one, I wanted to try something different with the colouring. I was inspired by Jaden's art, I love his stuff and the way he uses watercolour, check him out. So for the base layer of his skin tone, I wanted it to be like a gradient from yellow to red. I just thought this might turn out pretty cool. At this point, inking was starting to feel really natural. Something just kind of clicked with it and it was a lot of fun on this one. So there we have all the drawings that I made on day number 2. I've got to say, something about this conquest drawing really clicked with me. I think I'm definitely going to be doing this gradient thing some more. I think it looks really good. On day number 3 and 4, I didn't get much done, but I started this drawing of some original characters. I think it looks pretty cool. Although I didn't finish it, the orc character and the elf definitely turned out pretty cool. Alright, so on to day number 5, and I wanted to try and draw Wolverine today. I was going to go for a full body one here, but then I decided to change it up and just do a face one. So I found a cool reference on Pinterest and I just tried to sketch it out and do my best at it. Last night I was watching some more tutorials on digital art. I was watching some more Sam Does Art videos and I was trying to figure out some of the tools. I had a hard time with them on this one, but in the next couple drawings I think I kind of started to get the hang of them. So I was trying to use like the lasso tool, which you can use to like fill in areas a bit easier than just colouring like how I'm doing on this one. I feel like I kind of messed up the proportions on this one, but I think the colouring is not too bad. It's definitely an improvement. For this one I was trying to draw myself as that meme of this soldier with the 1,000-yard stare. This is the moment I realised that I was tracing it on the same layer, not a different one. But yeah, I imported a photo from my sketchbook and traced over it of a drawing of me as this meme. I thought it would be kind of funny, and I also thought I could maybe use it for the thumbnail, so I guess depending on if it works, you guys will already know if it was on the thumbnail or not. I was messing around with different colours on this one and different brushes as well. I tried using like a textured brush later to give like the stubble look that the original meme has. There you go, right there. I think that dotted brush could be really handy for some of the comic stuff I want to draw. It gives that kind of classic comic book look with it, or like a manga look. Also, if you guys have watched this far, please consider liking and subscribing, and also comment what other videos you want to see me make. So there we have me as this 1,000-yard stare soldier. It's alright. Then I drew this kind of meme one, and I also had to finish with this chicken nugget meme. Alright, so to end day number 6, I decided to start on the final drawing of this video. Gotta go all out for this one and show how much I've learned and how much I've improved at digital art. I've been wanting to recreate this comic panel of the Hulk and Spider-Man for a while, and I thought this would be the perfect opportunity. I thought it'd be a lot of fun to colour. For day number 7, I started colouring immediately. I wanted to do another kind of gradient thing, and I made use of the blur tool for it, which was a lot of fun. I think it came out looking really good for this one. I definitely like this style. I was trying to do what I did with the Conquest one. So then I started to ink it on a new layer, of course, and my inking has improved a lot from the first drawing. It feels way more comfortable drawing on the iPad now than it did at the start. It feels way more natural. It just took a bit of practice to get to this point. If you guys want to see more digital art videos, let me know. I think next time I do a drawing characters in different styles video, I'm going to include digital art as one of the styles, because this has been so fun to do. But yeah, this drawing was a lot of fun. At the start of this challenge, it was pretty frustrating trying to draw digitally, but at this point, I was really enjoying myself doing it. I'm thinking I might make a video trying to learn watercolor, because that's another media I've attempted before. Now, just before I show you guys a finished drawing, I thought we'd have a look at all the drawings I've made in this video and how far I've come. And there we have the finished drawing for day number 7. I think it turned out pretty cool. Definitely a massive improvement from the Spider-Man and the Daredevil that I drew on day number 1. And honestly, I'm really excited to keep trying digital art. Let me know what you guys thought of the video in the comments, if you think I improved, and which one of these was your favourite. Anyway, thanks for watching.